Welcome back my channel Coin Collectors World and Treasure Hunters. Today we are going to uncover one of the most fascinating and mysterious stories in the world of coin collecting. That we are talking about the 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin, one you might find in your pocket or lying around in your change. But what if I told you that this simple-looking coin could actually be worth a fortune? Let's explore the history, the design, and the incredible value that could be hiding in your hands right now. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States of America. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became one of the most recognizable coins in the world. The coin was designed by the talented sculptor John Flanagan. On the front side of the coin, you can see the bold and dignified profile of George Washington facing left, above his head is the word Liberty, and just below his chin are the famous words "In God We Trust." Turn the coin over and you'll see a proud American eagle with its wings spread wide, standing on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches, a powerful symbol of strength and peace. In 1974, the United States Mint produced Washington quarters at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins made in Denver carry the letter D, and the ones from San Francisco carry the letter S. But the coins made in Philadelphia had no mint mark at all. That means if you have a 1974 quarter with no letter below Washington's neck, it was struck in the Philadelphia Mint. Now, let's talk about the technical details. The 1974 Washington quarter is not made of silver. It is a copper-nickel clad coin with a copper core and a nickel coating. It weighs around 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Millions of these coins were minted, which makes them seem very common, but among those millions, a few rare coins have something special, something that makes them extremely valuable to collectors. Some of these 1974 quarters have minting errors or striking flaws. You might find coins with double die errors where the design appears slightly doubled. Others may have off-center strikes or planchet mistakes where the coin wasn't properly formed. Even a small imperfection can make a big difference in value because collectors love unique variations. Imagine finding a coin that looks like every other quarter, but upon closer inspection, it has a rare mistake made at the mint 50 years ago. That kind of discovery is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's not just about money, it's about history, mystery, and the thrill of uncovering something extraordinary. Now here's the exciting part. If you happen to find a 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark that's in excellent condition or has a rare error, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified some of these coins in pristine condition, and the values have shocked collectors everywhere. People have sold rare 1974 quarters for thousands of dollars at auctions, depending on their grade, shine, and rarity. But the rarest and most valuable of them all, the one that makes every coin hunter's heart race, is a 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark that has been valued at an unbelievable $80,000. Today, we are going to explore a truly fascinating piece of American coinage, the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, dated 1995 with the D mint mark. This is not just a piece of change. This is a coin with history, with character, and with value that can make your jaw drop once you realize what collectors are willing to pay for it. Let's take a step back in time. The Washington Quarter series was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the very first President of the United States, George Washington. The original plan was actually to issue this coin as a one-year commemorative design, but it was received with such enthusiasm that it became the permanent design for the quarter dollar. Since then, the Washington Quarter has become one of the longest-running series in American coinage history, capturing the hearts of both casual collectors and serious numismatists. Now, by the time we reached the mid-1990s, the Washington Quarter had already been in circulation for more than 60 years. Millions upon millions of these coins were struck at different mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here is where the story gets interesting. The quarter minted in Denver in 1995, marked with a small letter D, holds a special place in the eyes of collectors. Why does the mint mark matter? Every mint facility in the United States has its own traditions and production standards. The Denver Mint, located in Colorado, has been striking coins since the early 1900s, and coins from this facility carry the D mint mark. On the 1995 quarter, you will notice this small D placed just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse. For many people it is just a tiny detail, but for coin collectors it can make the difference between an ordinary piece of change and a highly desirable rarity. Now let's talk about condition. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Most of the 1995 D quarters that we encounter today are worn down from years of circulation. They might have scratches, nicks, or faded details from passing through countless hands. These circulated examples are usually only worth face value, 25 cents. But here's the magic: if you happen to come across one in pristine condition, with no signs of wear and with sharp striking details, then you are looking at a potential treasure. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC evaluate these coins under strict standards, and those rare examples that achieve the highest grades become incredibly valuable, but the story does not end there. The 1995 D Washington quarter also carries importance because of its timing. The mid-1990s were a transitional era in American coinage. The U.S. Mint was already preparing for the launch of the revolutionary 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999 and completely changed the way people looked at pocket change. Because of this, collectors today often look back at coins struck right before the state quarters era with renewed interest. The 1995 D stands out as one of those significant pre-state quarter issues. Think about the mystery and excitement this creates. Every time you hold a Washington quarter from 1995, you might be holding nothing more than 25 cents, or you might be holding something worth a fortune. The thrill comes from searching, examining, and discovering that one coin in a sea of millions that stands apart from the rest. That's why coin collecting is not just a hobby. It's a treasure hunt. It's history you can hold in your hand. Now let's add in another layer. Coin values are not only determined by condition and mint marks, but also by market demand. Over the years, auctions have revealed that collectors are willing to pay astonishing amounts for the finest examples of these coins. Prices climb higher and higher when two or more passionate collectors compete to own the best of the best. This is when ordinary change turns into extraordinary wealth. So, after all this history, detail, and background, the question remains: how much can the 1995 D Washington quarter dollar really be worth in the most exceptional condition? Well, here comes the answer you've been waiting for. In its rarest and finest state, preserved in mint quality with perfect grading, this coin has been valued at an unbelievable price of $40,000. Today's treasure hunt takes us straight to the heart of American history with the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, minted in the year 1998, carrying the Philadelphia Mint mark P. Now, many of you might be thinking, what could possibly be special about a quarter from 1998? After all, that doesn't sound like an ancient coin from centuries ago. But here's the magic of numismatics: rarity and value don't always depend on age alone. Instead, they depend on details, on mint marks, on conditions of preservation, and sometimes even on the tiniest mistakes made during the minting process. And the 1998 P Washington quarter is a shining example of this. Let's start with its origins. The Washington quarter series began all the way back in 1932, designed to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the nation's first president. What was supposed to be a one-year commemorative issue became a permanent part of American currency because of its popularity. Year after year, decade after decade, the Washington quarter continued to roll out of the mints, each coin carrying with it a piece of national pride and history. Fast forward to 1998. The world was changing rapidly. The internet age was rising, technology was booming, and America was heading into a new millennium. Yet, amidst all this modern progress, traditional coins like the Washington quarter were still being minted and used in everyday life. In that year, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of quarters, each bearing the small but significant letter P. On the obverse, George Washington's portrait remained timeless. His face looks to the left, strong and determined, reminding Americans of leadership and liberty. Above him stands the word liberty, bold and proud. To the left of his chin, we see the phrase "In God We Trust," a motto deeply tied to the nation's identity. And beneath his portrait, the date 1998 tells us when this particular piece of history was born. Flip the coin to its reverse, and you'll find the iconic eagle, wings spread wide, perched upon a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. This design symbolizes both strength and peace, America's ability to defend itself, yet its desire for harmony. It's simple, it's powerful, and it was the face of the Washington Quarter until the State Quarters program began just 1 year later, in 1999. That alone makes the 1998 issue special. It was the final year of the traditional eagle reverse before the United States entered a brand new chapter of coin design. Now, what makes the 1998 Washington Quarter so fascinating for collectors? It's not only about nostalgia or design, it's about rarity in condition. The Philadelphia Mint produced massive numbers, yes, but most went straight into circulation. They rattled around in cash registers, vending machines, pockets, purses, and piggy banks. They were used, spent, scratched, and worn down. Finding a 1998 quarter in circulation today isn't hard. But finding one in absolutely pristine, untouched, high-grade condition? That is a true challenge. And this is where the real treasure hunt begins. Collectors search for coins that have been preserved almost perfectly, showing no wear, no scratches, and retaining their original luster, as if they just rolled off the minting press yesterday. Coins like these are graded by professional services, and when a 1998 Washington Quarter achieves one of those extremely high grades, its value skyrockets. Add to that any special minting quirks, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or sharp, crystal-clear details, and you've got yourself a numismatic gem. Think about it this way: millions of people handled these quarters every single day. They bought groceries, paid for gas, made change for lunch. Nobody thought twice about them. Yet, hidden among those ordinary coins, a tiny handful survived in extraordinary condition, becoming objects of desire for collectors all over the world. And here's the beauty of coin collecting: it's not just about money, it's about history. Each coin is a time capsule. The 1998 quarter connects us to the late 90s, to the final days of the eagle reverse, and to a nation preparing for a new century. It carries with it the artistry of its engravers, the pride of its symbolism, and the legacy of George Washington himself. For many collectors, owning a 1998 Washington Quarter in near-perfect condition isn't just about holding metal, it's about holding a piece of American heritage. And when heritage and rarity come together, value follows. Now, after all this build-up, let's talk about the figure everyone has been waiting for. While most quarters are worth just 25 cents, the very best examples of the 1998 Washington Quarter dollar, the ones in the rarest conditions, preserved with stunning detail, have reached values that will make you look twice at every coin in your pocket. Because in the world of collectors, this small piece of change has been valued as high as $35,000.